Hello everyone, welcome to another Narc Survivor live video. I'm in this Japanese style room today, and as you can see, I'm wearing a kimono. So it's a Japanese style video, a traditional Japanese style. Let's just say that. So in this one, we're going to be talking about how the narcissist knows you're done. Because these narcissists, they're so arrogant, audacious, and delusional. In their minds, they think they're the best thing since sliced bread. They think they're better than you. You need them. You can't live without them. Yeah, that's how they think in their minds. In their minds, they are superior to you. You can't do without them. You can't just go on your own, live your own life, or so they think. Yeah, that's really how they think. That's really how they see you. They think you're not good enough to just go at it on your own without them. They think you need them. They think you can't live without them. As though you're not good enough on your own. That's how they think, because they're completely delusional people. They're arrogant, they're audacious. And that's how they can approach you in the way that they do. To where it's like they've got you all figured out, their mind is made up. They know exactly who you are, what you want, what you need, what you desire, what you're feeling in any given moment or any given situation. It's almost like they think they're God. And not only do they think that they're God, they think that they're God's gift to you. And at the same time, that is a gift that they don't really want to give to you. Or at least that's how they perceive it. That's what they want you to believe. So yeah, whether you know it or not, that narcissist you were dealing with, they think that you still want them. Yeah, that's what they think. And even if you're not in contact with them right now, and they're not in contact with you, I can guarantee they're out there somewhere lurking in the shadows. Just thinking that it's a matter of time till you pick up the phone, you start texting them again, messaging them on social media, because they're just so full of themselves. They think they're so amazing. They're so sexy, so beautiful, so much better than you, so rich, so handsome, so everything that you could ever want in your life. Yeah, that's really how they think. That's really what they believe. They really believe that you want them, that you can't live without them. And as though they don't need you, they don't need anything from you, they're completely independent. And they can just do whatever they want, whenever they want to do it, with whoever they want. Just not with you, because it's you who needs them, they do not need you. Or at least that's how they portray it. That's what they want you to think. And at some point, you must get fed up with it. Seeing the same thing all the time from them. I mean, it just never changes. It's like they're stuck on a loop. They're stuck on repeat. And they just can't get out of it. It's like non-stop. They're constantly so full of themselves and thinking that you need them when it's actually the other way around. They are the ones who need you. They are the ones who are heavily dependent on you as a source of supply for your attention, admiration, and validation. Yeah, they need constant compliments and praise from you. They can't live without it because they're not even real. They have a false character, an illusion that they're trying to portray because they need excessive attention, admiration, and praise to survive emotionally. That's the only way that they can regulate their emotions. So how do they know that you're done? That's what you're going to find out in this video. I am going to reveal that to you, how the narcissist will finally know that you are done. You're done with them. You don't want to deal with them anymore. But before I give that information to you, please show your support down below by giving this video a thumbs up. It's very important as it helps the YouTube algorithm to get this message out there to other survivors as well. But yes, this is how the narcissist knows that you are done. Because sometimes just going no contact, that isn't enough. They're still delusional enough to think that you still want them, to think that you're still going to come back. And the reason for that is because they assume that you don't have anything more significant going on in your life. That's really what it is. Some of them are so delusional. You could be married, you could have a husband or wife, you could have children. The narcissist will come along and put themselves out there, and they will mislead themselves to believe that they are more important than your husband or wife or even your own kids. Because yes, that's just how crazy and delusional they are. They actually really believe that in their minds. Because that is just not enough for them. Yes, you may have gone no contact. Yes, you may be with someone else. Yes, you may be married, you may have children. You may have a completely new life without them. But remember, they think they're the best thing since sliced bread. They think that they are the most important, significant person in the world to you, and that there is no one else who can replace them. Even if you don't really know them, you don't really know who they even actually are. Remember, they're crazy, they're delusional. And that is just something that you need to understand. So how do they know that you are finally done with them? How do they know that? Well, I'm about to tell you that right now. How the narcissist knows that you're finally done. You're finished with them. It's all over. You don't want to deal with them again. You're not going back. How they know is when you have a higher purpose. You have something that you're following that's greater than yourself. Something that you're really passionate about. And it could be a hobby, an interest. It could be a business, your work, whatever it is. Or it could be something even greater than that. It could be your religion, spirituality, God, the universe. Or it could be a charitable cause where you have devoted your life to helping other people and contributing value to this world. Yes, when the narcissist sees that, they will know that you are done. they will know that it is all over for them. But like I said, they may not realize that if it's just something where you've gone no contact, maybe you've entered a new relationship, even if you've gotten married, you've had children, sometimes that still isn't enough for them. Because in their minds, they are the best thing since sliced bread. There's no one greater than them. As crazy and delusional as that sounds, I mean, some of you may be listening to this, laughing in the background. It may just seem like such a joke. And I get that, because you just take a step back and you look at them and it's like, you're not even all that. Whatever you think you are, whoever you think you're supposed to be. You think you're the most attractive person in this world. I've been with people who are far more attractive than you. You ain't nothing like you think you are. Or whatever it is that they think they are. It's like you look at them and it's like, you're not really that. You never even did the work to become that. It's like one day you just woke up and decided, that is me. That is who I am from now on. What about the work? What about the steps that it should take to achieve that? What about the suffering, the trials and tribulations? What about all of that? No, they don't go through that at all, do they? It's just like one day they just wake up. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to be this from now on. I've seen other people on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, celebrities, whatever it may be. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen them do that. And they get attention. They get likes. They get followers. They get validation. So from now on, that's going to be me. I'm going to be that. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to get all of the attention and validation for myself. That's what they do, isn't it? That's how they think in their minds. They're so delusional. They really actually believe that they are that person. Well, they are not that at all. How can they be that now? They were never that before. How can they be that when they never even did the work? It doesn't even make any sense. But in their minds, that's who they think they are. That's how they expect you to see them. And they are so overbearing, all-encompassing, suffocating, to where it's like, all right, fine. You are whoever you say you are, whoever you want to be. Whatever it is that makes you think that you are so much greater than me, and that I need you so bad. Okay, yes, fine. That's you. Now just leave me alone. It gets to that point sometimes, doesn't it? Where you don't even want to argue with them. You don't even want to fight. You just let them believe whatever they want to believe. You let them to continue to exist in their false reality. Because otherwise it's just going to be this constant fight, this constant argument, where it's like they never want to leave you alone. They just can't even give you a break. And you just get fed up with it. It's like even if you go no contact, they come back with a Hoover. They're blowing up your phone again. They're stalking you on social media or even in person. Showing up at your house, your work. Contacting your family and friends. And it's just like, when is this person going to leave me alone? Why can't they take the hint? Why can't they get it through their heads that I am not interested? I don't want them. I'm sick of them. I'm fed up with them. I've seen enough already to know that I do not want a person like that in my life. I don't want a person who is abusive, manipulative, deceptive. A person who tells lies, spread rumors. I don't want a person in my life like that who does all of these stupid, crazy things. And it's like, yeah, when are they going to get that through their heads? When are they going to realize it? When are they going to figure that out? When are they going to know that you are done? That you've had enough, you've seen enough, you don't want anything more to do with them? When are they going to know? When are they going to realize that? And like I said, it's not enough that you just go out of contact, you enter a new relationship, even getting married, having kids. Sometimes that's not enough. You need to have a higher purpose, something that you're really passionate about, something that means something to you, something greater than yourself that you are following. And like I said, that could be a hobby or an interest, or what I would really recommend is if it's a religion, spirituality, God, the universe, law of attraction, a charitable cause. That's what will really let them know that you are done. You are finished. You've had enough of them. That will really let them know that. That will confirm that to them. But know this as well, because as I said, they are crazy, delusional people. And not only that, honestly, some of them, they don't even care how you feel, what you desire, want, or need, what your personal preferences, ideas, or opinions may be. They don't care about any of that. Some of them don't. They really couldn't give a shit. Because they have this fantasy, this delusion in their minds where it's everything that they want needs you to be. Everything that they expect, whatever makes their fantasy, their alternate reality come to life. Yeah, they hold these idealistic ideas and notions of you in their mind. And they expect you to live up to that in person because they objectify us. We're just these objects that exist to meet their needs. So they don't even look at us as separate people with a mind of our own, with our own feelings, wants, needs, and desires. They just project onto us whatever it is that they want, desire, or need. And then they expect us to live up to that. And that is why, I don't know, some of you will have experienced this. It's like, no matter what you say to them, you just can't reach them. You just can't get it into their sick, twisted minds. It's like they might message you on social media, text you, call you on the phone, and you make it very clear to them. You tell them, no, I am not interested in you. I've had enough. I do not want you. I do not want a person like you in my life. Just leave me alone. Yeah, some of you may have said that to them already. You may have made it very clear, and then you block their number. You block them on social media, and then, whoop, here you go. They're showing up at your house, your work. And it's like, what is going on? I made it very clear to you. And then some of you may even call the police. You may get a restraining order against them. And despite that, they just still will not stop. They just keep coming back. And it's like Michael Myers from Halloween, Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th. It's like, how many times is this person going to come back? It's like no matter what you do, no matter what you say, you try to kill every possible opportunity of them coming back to you, and they still come back. It's literally like that Friday the 13th movie. You know, Jason Voorhees, that guy with the ski mask. And it's like no matter what happens to him at the end of the movie, no matter how he gets killed, he always comes back somehow. It's like nothing can stop him. But he walks so slowly, but somehow he always manages to catch up to his victims and kill them. It's just crazy. It really is. It's like a horror movie in real life. This is what these people are like. This is what we have to deal with. Because they're just so delusional. It's like we just can't get it into their heads. And it's really sad. For some of them, it's a real sickness. I mean, this is the disorder. They have these fantasies, these delusions in their mind where they expect you to perform a certain role that they've got made up in their minds so that it can make them feel a certain way that they want to feel. And then they can exist in this fantasy that they've created on their own. And it's not like role play, cosplay. I mean, that's a completely different thing. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with two people consenting to play out a certain role. Like, I don't know if you got a thing for schoolgirls and your partner, you want her to dress up in a schoolgirl uniform because that's your thing, that's what you like, and it's something that's understood mutually. So before you begin, before the performance, before the role is played, it's like, yes, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is how it's going to play out. This is how it begins. Maybe this is how it ends. And that's that. And then we return back to our normal lives. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's not how it goes down with these narcissists, is it? Because whether you realize it or not, they have these fantasies, these delusions in their minds, and they expect you to just know all about it without them even telling you. They expect you just to know, to already realize, to understand that this is who they need you to be. They need you to be this character. However they've imagined it in their minds, they need you to live up to that. They need you to play out this role. And typically what they want from you is to really just to be a doormat, a fool. Just like some desperate, needy loser who is constantly on their knees begging for approval. Like, yes, please just show me some love. Please, just be there for me. Give me a kiss. Give me a hug. Just give me some attention. Yes, that's what they want from you. They want you to get on your knees and worship them. Kiss their feet. See them as this God, this larger than life figure. When it's like, who even are you? What have you done to even earn my attention? Because that's the thing, this is the false self. It's the false character. They've never even done the work. They've never even been through the trials and tribulations. They've never done anything to earn any sort of compliments or praise, any sort of merit. They've never done anything to earn that. It's just something where literally this is how it goes with them. This is what happened. It's like they've seen something on TV or in the movies, could have been in real life as well. But whether it was a celebrity, someone they know, someone who they deem to be attractive or desirable, powerful and important, they've scanned that person and identified what it is that's drawn people to them, that's attracted them, to get them the attention, the admiration, the compliments and praise. They've just scanned that person. And then just one day they just decided to take on these traits, these qualities. It's like one day they just decided, yeah, okay, I'm that right now. And it's like, what about the work? You can't just pick up this character and one day just decide that's who you are. It doesn't work that way. It has to be a journey. It takes a long time. Like if you see me, you can see the last 5.5 years on this channel. You can see my work, my journey. I didn't just become this confident, this charismatic, this knowledgeable overnight. Of course not. If you look back at my earlier videos at the very beginning, I was a lot more quieter. I wasn't anywhere near as descriptive as I am now. The information wasn't as advanced. This was a process over a long period of time, many years. And that's how it is for something to be real. For this Narc Survivor content to be the real thing. Where it's not just like I looked at some other YouTuber, someone else who's talking about narcissism. And then I just woke up one day and I decided, okay, yeah, that's who I am now. That's me. It's not like that. This was a process. It took many years to develop my style, my creativity. It took a long time. And as you can see in the beginning, if you look at my earliest videos, I experimented with many different sounds, many different ways of speech, of expressing myself. I experimented with many different things until I found the style for me, what worked for me. It's not like that with these narcissists. They just create this false character, this false self, and it's like suddenly they're just that. All of a sudden, overnight. And that's how it's so hard to get rid of them. It's so hard to get them to realize that you were done. Because of the fantasy, the delusion in their minds. In their minds, they're perfect. They really believe that. They really believe that they are completely flawless. That there's nothing wrong with them. When they're in that mode, that way of behaving, where it's like in their minds, they're the best thing since sliced bread. They're gorgeous, they're beautiful, they're handsome, they're sexy. They're wealthy, they're powerful, they're rich. They're everything you could ever want or desire them to be. You think when they're in that way of thinking and behaving, that they're actually considering or entertaining all of the things that they did to you over the past weeks, months, or years. All of those different ways they hurt you, they brought you down, they ruined your life. You think they're thinking about that then? Of course not. In their minds in that moment, they're perfect, they're flawless. So you're telling them you're done, and it's like, in their minds, this must be a joke. How can you be done? What's wrong with them? It's sad. It's really sad. Like when you see them, you may pity them. You may think, how can this person not understand? How can they not get it? How can they not see that we are through, we are done? Because as someone who is grounded in reality, you may look back and think, all of the things that they did to you, the many different ways that they abused you, they kept you down, they hurt you, they manipulated you, they lied to you, cheated on you, stole from you, future faked. They did all of these things, and it's like the audacity. How can someone who did all of this stuff honestly think that I would still want them? How can that thought even cross their minds? But yeah, this is actually how they think a lot of times. This is actually what's going through their heads. It's amazing. Of course, they're not completely delusional. Even the ones who seem like they are. It's like when you confront them, you may see that somewhere in there they do understand that what they're doing, it's crazy, it's irrational, it makes no sense, it doesn't add up. Yes, some of them, or rather most of them, they do realize in the back of their minds, underneath it all, they know that you don't really want them. But they don't want that to be the truth or the reality. They want to push that idea away because it doesn't really serve them. Remember, narcissists, all they care about is themselves. Whatever works to their advantage. So anything that they don't like, anything that doesn't really serve them, they'll just push it away, try to forget about it. And they'll just live in this delusion, this fantasy world where it's like No, you're not done. There's still a chance. We can still have something, be something. But you're there just looking at it thinking like, when is this person going to understand? When are they going to get it? When is it going to sink into their heads? That's just it. I mean, we're very different to narcissists. We're not the same. They just can't accept it. They can't deal with rejection, abandonment. They just don't want to accept that you were done, that you are no longer wanted to deal with them. It's like they have to believe that you need them. It's essential for their emotional survival. If you've just joined, please hit that thumbs up button down below. It helps to support the YouTube algorithm to get this message out there to other survivors as well. But yeah, as you can see, I'm just in this Japanese style room wearing this kimono. I thought I'd do a Japanese style video today. I put one on TikTok as well. But yeah, how the narcissist knows you're done. Because it is very difficult to get them to know that you are done. It's like no matter what you do, no matter what you say, they just don't get it. I mean, I know some of you may have gone no contact, may have blocked them on everything. You may have entered a new relationship. You may be married, you may have kids. And it's like this narcissist keeps coming back. They won't leave you alone. They're showing up at your house, your work. They're making fake accounts on social media. They're contacting your family, your friends. Because they really believe that they are not replaceable. As though even if you have a new relationship, a family, these things cannot replace them. Because they're better, they're greater, they're special for whatever reason. Because they've created this false self who in their minds is perfect, flawless, and nothing else can be greater than that. But the way that you really get them to know that you're done with them, it is for you to have this higher purpose, something greater than yourself, that you are following or working towards, that you believe in and are passionate about. And as I said, that could be a religion, spirituality, God, the universe, law of attraction. Or it could be a charitable cause. But it's best if it is something that's greater than yourself. Something above you. Because then they will really get the picture. They will really get the message. That's going to hit home more than anything else when they see that. When they realize that you found this meaningful purpose after dealing with them, It's like while you were with them, your life may not have had much direction. There wasn't too much that you were really doing. Especially after leaving them, it's like we're quite confused. We don't really know what we're doing, where we're going. But then, when you find this meaningful, higher purpose, this thing that you are following, that you believe in, that you're passionate about, and you show discipline and self-control, that is when they finally begin to get the message. That is when they finally begin to understand. Because then they start to realize that it's something that they cannot compete with. I mean, even though they may believe that they're the most important being or entity in the universe to you, even though they may believe that, they're not actually going to come out and say that they are God, or that they're superior to God, or that they're greater than the universe. Even though when they're really in that state of grandiosity, that may be what they actually believe. Yes, they may believe that they are the one, the everything, the center of the universe. They may believe that they are God, they are the creator. Yes, in that state of grandiosity, they may actually believe that. Never underestimate that state. They really believe that they are larger than life, than existence, that there is nothing greater than them. But they're not going to come out and actually say that. Of course, they know how that might come across. So when they see that you do have a higher purpose, that you're listening to and following God, your religion, spirituality, the universe, a charitable cause, then they may just step down and back away. They may just accept that they cannot replace or compare to that. Some of them still won't. I hate to say it. But yeah, and I'm sure some of you have realized that already as well. You may have become a born-again Christian, going to church every week, worshiping Jesus. You're reciting hymns, prayers. You're doing it all. Just so you know, I'm not a Christian myself. I was born a Christian, but I am actually following more Buddhist teachings myself. I am very spiritual. But yeah, you could be a born-again Christian. Or you may be a Buddhist yourself. You go into the church, the temple. You're praying, you're worshiping. You're following the teachings. And the narcissist may still try to come back. And they may test you to see if you're serious, to see if you're really done. And whatever may be forbidden in that religion or faith, they will try to tempt and entice you with that. yeah, they will try to take you off that course. They will try to get you to depart or deviate from it. Those of you who are religious, spiritual, of course, it will seem very evil and demonic. Because as we know, that is what Satan is said to have done. Satan was very manipulative, wasn't he? He was very deceptive. He was a liar, a cheat, a con artist. He tempted and enticed the prophets of God. Did he not? And if you look at the narcissist, that's exactly what they do. And for a long time, I didn't really want to accept it, but it's like, and I have spoken about this in past videos as well. If you look at it, their behaviors really align with what has been said about Satan, as far as we know. They're very manipulative and deceptive. They're liars, they're cheaters, they're con artists. They deceive, they future fake. They tempt, they entice. Yeah, it's very weird. This is what they do. At this point, yes, of course, I do believe that there must be a spiritual aspect to narcissism. I mean, I've said it before, and I will say it again, that I've had encounters with narcissists where after a certain amount of time of being around them, and they were very manipulative and deceptive during that time, maybe emotionally abusive as well. And I did feel like in that moment, I was possessed by some sort of spirit. Like I was under a spell, in a trance. Something just didn't seem right. And now as I'm saying this, as I'm speaking about how I believe narcissism is demonic, yes, you may see these very strange comments in the live chat. Someone just said, Stomp said, bald men are narcissists. Another one, Tac Fam, said narcissist in a kimono. You see, they don't like it when we relate narcissism to demons and evil. And as I was saying, yeah, I felt like I was possessed by a spirit myself from being around these narcs. Made me feel like I'm under a spell, in a trance, under some form of hypnosis where I'm acting out of character, where I'm not truly being myself. And then it's like when you come out of this trance, you look back and it's like, did I really say or do that? That doesn't seem like me. But yeah, that's another thing, is that it's never permanent with us as empaths or chosen ones, it's only temporary. But with them, I do believe that it is permanent, that it's always like that for them, that they are really demonically possessed. Yes, I'm convinced about that at this point in time. From everything that I've learned, from what I understand about narcissists. And I think the ones who, they become self-aware, I think what tends to happen is they find a way to remove the spirit, they exercise it. Latina Aquino says hello, watching from Philippines. Wow, that's a huge coincidence. I booked my flight to the Philippines just a couple of days ago. So that's where I'm going to be going in a couple of weeks. But yeah, I am convinced that these narcs are demonic. I'm sorry to say that, but I really do believe it. After everything I've seen, everything I've learned so far, and I've done about 6 years of research into this, there's really no other conclusion or explanation. I mean, just look at them, just look at their eyes when you speak to them. You can never get through to them. They never seem to understand. And I do also believe that to some extent it is contagious. That it can take control of a person if we let it. If we let it become a part of who we are. And I'm sure many of you have seen that already. I've seen it in my life. I've seen people change completely from who they used to be. And then they were never the same again. I've seen things since I was a child. But I would see someone going through it, ranging. And then I would say, I think they're possessed by the devil. Yes, as a child, I already had that spiritual intuition. I don't know what you think about that. Those of you who are watching this right now, I don't know if you believe in the spiritual aspect of narcissism, if you believe that narcissists are possessed. I don't know about that, but I'm just putting it out there. That is what I believe at this point in time. I mean, it definitely seems like something is driving them. Like there's a reason why they can't stop. And if you look at it, I'm sure it's the same for you as it is with myself. It's like what stops me from going to the dark side with the narcs, where I seek to harm or intimidate people or elevate myself at their expense. I mean, of course, for a start, it's my empathy. I am an empath. And I'm not sadistic. I don't find pleasure at other people's pain. If I see anyone in pain, I just want to run to them and help them. But not only that, it's like my belief in God. I feel connected to God. I have since the very beginning, since I was a child. And when I was about 5 years old, all of a sudden a church minister moved in next door with his wife. And they became my best friends throughout my childhood. They were always there for me. A strange coincidence, but I do believe that they were there to protect me. So I felt connected to God my entire life. And of course, I follow Buddhist teachings. I go to temples, sometimes several days a week. I pray. I'm very mindful, very self-aware. All of these types of things, it prevents us from going over to the dark side with the narcs. Because they're not doing that. They don't really believe. Even though at times it may seem like, they may be going to church, to temple. It may seem like they're praying, they're worshiping. They believe in something greater than themselves. It may seem that way, but then look at their actions. Look at how they behave. That does not line up with someone who is meant to believe in God or an afterlife, in karma, in the law of cause and effects, in the law of attraction, whatever it may be. Their disposition, their actions and behaviors do not line up with someone who believes in anything greater than themselves. Because otherwise that would keep them in line. That would keep them in check. That's what it does for us, isn't it? So why doesn't it do that for them? Of course, there is also the possibility that they're so delusional that they believe that they are a chosen one. But they have a very warped interpretation of what a chosen one is. Because in fact, that does not mean that you could just go around doing whatever you want to people. In fact, it's quite the opposite. It means that you need to be more disciplined than anyone else if you are a true chosen one of God. Yes, that's what that means, because you are God's soldier. You're his representation on this earth. So you need to set an example. But yeah, they may have a warped interpretation of what a chosen one of God actually is. Maybe that's where their arrogance and sentimentality comes from. To where they think that they can just do whatever they want. Or maybe they just don't believe in anything. That's another possibility as well. But whatever it is, I would say that they don't really believe. But whether they believe or not, their attitude and behaviors, it's not going to lead them anywhere good. And I think we can all agree on that. We must show good character. We must be disciplined. We must love and support each other. That's really it for me. Anyone who does not love, and instead their immediate disposition is hate, envy, jealousy, that just kind of tells me everything I need to know about them. Because it's like, if you really believe in what is coming after this life, you wouldn't be doing that. You wouldn't be thinking in that way towards me or anyone else. You wouldn't be seeking to harm anyone If you really believed, if you really knew what is coming, you wouldn't be doing that at all. And that's why the way I am the way that I am. That's why I'm a vegan. I've been a vegan for so many years. I mean, I'm not completely perfect. Sometimes I slip up. I will admit that. I mean, it's difficult when I'm traveling the world, especially in certain areas. I'm in the jungle, in the mountains. But I try to avoid eating meat at all costs. Sometimes I just have to completely starve myself if I have to. But yeah, I do my best to avoid harming anything unnecessarily. Because I know exactly what is coming. I know what's going to happen. I believe. That's why I'm very careful with what I do, what I think, where I go, how I behave, how I treat other people. And whatever I do, I make sure that I do it with love. I always try to just share the love. I always try to just exist in that frequency, that vibration. But these narcissists, it's always low vibe with them. They're always so full of hate. And it just makes me question their belief in anything at all. Because if they really believed, would they really be doing that? Probably not. But yeah. How they know you're done. They know you're done, in most cases, when you are following a higher purpose, when you found deeper meaning to your life, whether it's through religion and spirituality, or it may be a charitable cause. These types of things, it should help to reveal to them that you are done. And hopefully then they will leave you alone. They will get the message. Of course, those of which who are completely delusional, they still might not understand. But that's really the best you can do other than getting a restraining order, calling the police. Even then, that can be difficult as well. Even if you do decide to go down that road. A lot of police are narcissistic. So are lawyers, judges. Many of them are. But yeah, just following that higher purpose. Hopefully that should help. Hopefully that should reveal to them that you are done. Let me know how it goes for you in the comment section down below. Let me know if this works. I'm sure for some of you it will, but maybe not for all. It does depend on the type of narcissist you're dealing with. But yeah, I see we got over 100 live viewers, only 50 thumbs ups. Please hit that thumbs up button down below. Very important, as it helps the YouTube algorithm to get this message out there for other viewers. So hit that thumbs up button. It'll take you 2 seconds to do that. And hit the subscribe button and click all notifications so that you will be notified when I upload a video. And if you'd like to book a one-on-one coaching session with me, just go to my website. It is narcsurvivor.co.uk. And you can also follow me on Instagram. It's Narc Survivor YouTube. All right, that's it for this one. Live from this Japanese style room in my kimono. Thank you all for joining me. There is a premiere that will be beginning in about 4 hours. So hopefully you can join us there. Other than that, I look forward to talking with you in another live video very soon. You all have a great day.